Recoup. Happy Friday. Today is Friday, October 10th, 2025. I'm Sweets. This is Sid. This is our Friday weekly call where we recap what has been delivered this week and plan what we're going to be doing next week. Out of the three things that I said before coming into this, talking about Q4 goals, talking about what we're delivering next week, and talking about beer wall, which of those is going to add the most value in the 14 minutes we have remaining in this call?
I can knock out my Q4 goal right now, so you're on the same page. It is the same goal that I had the last time, which is another enterprise client.
So going from one enterprise client at 5K per month to two enterprise clients at 5K per month?
Correct.
2x enterprise times 5K. So that's either keeping our current enterprise client and growing one more, or churning our current enterprise client and getting two new ones, right? Ideally retaining.
Ideally retaining.
Cool. Any other Q4 goals that you'd like to add, or wrap that one up and go on to weekly deliverables and beer ball?
Let's go weekly in beer ball.
Which is more important in the 12 minutes we have left, beer ball or next week?
Next week.
What are the specific changes we need to make in order to help you get a second enterprise client at 5K per month, or retain the current enterprise client we have at 5K per month?
Fix bugs that are coming in.
You want to start with?
Fixing the bugs. When they come in, it takes me a long. Fixing the bugs that come in is, or at least having a cadence, setting up a cadence where like we get to the bugs on these days or at these times or something. So my biggest issue currently is like a bug comes in, I put it in, but I have no way of telling the customer when it will be fixed, or like how to move forward, like, like what to do next. And so like the anxiety stems from like the limbo in which they don't know what's going on, I don't know what's going on, and I can't really tell them anything.
So in that case, let's keep looking at your bug list. Go ahead and share us your bug list, and let's talk about what are the most important bugs you would like us to tackle for next week. And then 11 minutes we have left. Just noting that this list is unrelated to what we have talked about for the previous 49 minutes of the call.
I mean, we can get into the bug list after if you want. We could, like, let's just go into the other stuff then. What else?
You started with that. That's the most important thing to retain or get a new enterprise client. So let's focus on the most important thing, your bug list.
All right, where is it?
What's the single most important bug on that list?
Nano banana.
Can you open up Nano Banana, the specific bug that is most important to be fixed?
When the user picks Nano Banana model selected to generate image, the image doesn't always show up. Expected, the model always displays the image on the user's request. I've been pinged twice this week about a user trying to edit images and was like, hey, it's not working. Which then makes me need to like go and create this ticket and then ask, well, when are we going to get to it? And then try to generate it myself. And, so that, like, yeah, this is a blocker for me continuing. The next blocker is, this is the biggest one. Recent chats take 20 seconds to load on refresh. This is something else somebody keeps coming up, but I'm just going to put this as the highest priority, actually, because these two high bugs are the ones that are the meat and the potatoes. Nano banana not displaying, and then save text file to artist knowledge base. Text files are currently not saving to artist knowledge base 100% of the time. So any new users that come in, or any new users that come in, or anybody who creates create artists, goes through the entire process, but thinking that they have an artist knowledge base, but it's not 100% saving the text file to the artist knowledge base. And so they are using the product thinking it's smart, but then like find that it's not as smart as they thought it was, and then churn. These are the two main ones.
And those will be the things I focus on for next week. In that case, the only other remaining task is to talk about Veerball.
Veerball, and then the catalog stuff or evals, wherever we're at with that stuff.
So far, these bugs have been prioritized as bigger priority than catalog stuff. So I will be focused on those things that you just said. If they get finished next week, we can talk about new tasks, but that is...
Let's jump on Veerball.
Okay. How would you like to orient the conversation around Veerball in the 7 minutes we have remaining in this call?
I want to get your thoughts on on the message that he sent. Did you get a chance to check it out?
Yeah. My search has not been finding Slack. I think my computer might be getting old.
Also, the SOAR things that you've been posting with Recoup is so great. The little SOAR videos.
Sid asked, hey, Veerball, everything okay? Veerball replies, hey, Sid, I want to share something that's been worrying on me for the past few days. I've been dealing with a situation that's causing me mental burden and frustration. It's related to our development environment and internal policies. This might be normal in some organizations, but I'm experiencing it for the first time. The core issue, I'm caught in a disconnect between what I'm actually delivering and how I'm being measured internally. I'm shipping real features. I push work to production. Features go live. Users are actively using them. Everything functions properly. Internally get blocked by production. Some metrics say so the metrics say I'm underperforming. This forces me to create artificial work. What this creates for me is a cycle that's hard to break. Wrong incentives, survival mode thinking, constant fear, dropping confidence, misaligned priorities. What's actually happening, I started shipping 11 plus tickets directly. The features work, testing passes, users see them. Mental burden isn't about shipping features, it's about getting approval. This environment keeps developers in survival mode. The result, I'm generally puzzled as to what to ship anymore. Attached screenshot of a few examples. Sid, I believe you can understand why. He has never talked to me about any of this. He has never pushed back on anything that I've said. In my mind, this is like someone who's unable to communicate. That's my initial response. I expect people to have if they don't agree, they should have a backbone and communicate that, not go AWOL and then just stop shipping, because he hasn't replied to me. He hasn't shipped anything since, let's assume, when was the last time that he's delivered something? The last time he delivered something was Wednesday. It's Friday. He hasn't sent me any messages. I gave feedback telling him he should be writing evals, and he never replied to my comment on evals. Are evals valid feedback, or is this something I should not be asking devs to do?
No, I think it's valid feedback.
The only thing that he did on Wednesday was build something to increase reliability but didn't build any sort of eval to judge if reliability is changing. Tuesday, nothing was delivered. Monday, I don't see anything being delivered from Beerball on Monday. So the last thing was last week. I am supposed to be paying him today. We've got 4 minutes left in this call. Do I pay Beerball today for delivering one task and not replying to any words that I have said and not listening to your instructions of joining this call today?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think it's on you.
I don't pay devs that don't show up. I have no intention of reaching out to him. I usually pay without any sort of words. I just send him the payment. He hasn't delivered anything. He's also not replying to me. So I'll reflect that back. I won't send him any payment and I won't send him any messages today. If he doesn't want to communicate with me, I'm not his parent. If this is how he's going to interact in a professional environment of not reply to the person that's paying him and instead only reply to you once, complain, none of those complaints have been surfaced to me, and then not listen to you. This seems like someone who genuinely doesn't care and is looking for reasons. He's looking for someone to make his life easier so that he can get a paycheck because he's saying he's delivering products that people are using. What is the last thing that Beerball has delivered that our enterprise client has used?
Well, I think in his mind it means like is shipping to prod. But yeah.
And he said he wants to focus on user things. We've tried to give him user things, and what did we ultimately decide? Beerball is not connected to the customer. Beerball is not an artist. We give him these tasks, and he ends up not delivering. So I'm seeing Beerball is slowly choosing to contribute less, making up excuses, not communicating. This seems like he is choosing to leave the team. What am I missing that you would like us to focus on in the remaining 2 minutes regarding Beerball? Or do we continue with my path of he's not replying to me, he's not listening to you, let him fade out, stop paying him until he starts contributing again, talk about other things for the remaining minute that we have in this call?
Yeah. Okay. I'm with you on how you want to go about this, and I agree with you. How do we fill the gap? Is there a gap, or if that money just went to you, would you be able to spend more time focused? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do we need to fill the gap? What's the best path forward?
I'm happy to just refund you any funds that have not been paid to Beerball. I know that you were freaking out and feeling anxious. My personal view is I still have not found any reason to not follow the principle that slow is smooth, smooth is fast. And our real problem is not properly prioritizing the work that needs to get done. You've chosen to have us focus on the bugs of Nano Banana image generation and text files being saved, and kind of ignoring the stuff that we talked about for the first 49 minutes of the call. I would challenge you to really sit with during the week, really prioritizing the things that are coming in and knowing with high conviction this is what we need to be delivering next week, so that when we come into this call, we are focusing on those things instead of spending 49 minutes talking about things that are unrelated to the 10 minutes we are talking about what we're delivering next week. Because if any of those things were important in the first 49 minutes, those would be what we're delivering next week. But we're not delivering those things. We're focusing on bugs that we did not talk about for the first 49 minutes of the call. We could ship all the things in the world. Beerball's been shipping things. Who are we telling about them? What customer is using those things? I don't think moving faster is going to solve anything. I think moving more intentionally with the things that we are moving with is the real thing. And it's not moving. Nobody's coming in here to be a competitor to us in the music industry, because the music industry isn't just about shipping something like Poke. It's about it's you getting on calls with the enterprise customer, building those relationships with them. Because none of them want a tool. None of them are looking for these tools. If a tool shows up, they're still not going to use it. Music industry is all relationships. It's why nobody can just come in here and disrupt. Nobody has the relationships that you have. Those plaques behind you are clout that another tech company can't just copy out of thin air. I am not anxious about another company coming in here, because if they do, they're going to be overfunded, they're going to overcharge, or they're not going to have the relationships. And if they do have the tech, they're going to have to build the relationships that you have, which, as you know, is the harder thing. If you got rid of me tomorrow, I can't go and build the same relationships that you have. I have the tech. I could not recreate the relationships and compete against Recoup because of the relationships that you have.
It's a good point. All right, let me fix the bugs. You knock out catalog. You've changed my. I'm also like knowing that let's assume that Veerball is not going to continue working next week. I can manage the bugs as long as you manage your your code review. This what's it called thing? But I think
YouTube that says, "Can I work for you?" So this Emre guy, if you want to fill a gap, I've got it posted on the stream right now. Emre Odzr has asked to fill the void. So if you ask a question of you want to fill a void, Sid, people will show up out of the woodwork and happily reach out to you.
All right. I agree. I appreciate you realigning, identifying my my anxiety.
I'm glad you're spending time with these customers. It's a result of you having 1 million customers. This is a sign that the product is working. We are filling a gap in people's lives. It's a lot of noise. And the challenge for you is finding stillness through all of this noise and thinking deeply about reducing all of the noise into one single item of true signal, instead of saying, no, all of this is important. That's going to get us to where we are right now of diverging product with features that half work and devs that think that they're delivering for customers that no customer even knows exists. If we continue to do that, we'll continue to deliver things that no customer knows about, because instead of communicating that thing, we're jumping over to another feature because Sid's backlog is ever growing faster of things that matter to someone one day but don't matter to them the next day. The challenge is...
Yeah, that's a great point.
These principles are important. First principles are first principles for a reason. They don't change over time. Even if it's AI, the world... Ecclesiastes is a book that was written in the Bible, in the Old Testament, hundreds or thousands of years ago. Nothing new is under the sun. Everything is the same. If we're really finding truths that matter, they're not going to change week over week, month over month. These are good principles for us to continue following.
I agree. All right, cool.
And Henry says, thanks for the shout out. So you would like me...
Catalog.
I mean, I think these things are important.
No.
The image works and text saved is knowledge base.
I'll.
So we also didn't talk about catalog to know what needs changed on catalog. So just tossing me over to catalog is, I don't know.
I wrote an answer in the Slack of what's the real blocker, which is getting the full catalog uploaded so that we can run evals against it. That's the biggest blocker right now. Once it's uploaded and we can start running evals against the full thing, then I can go back and say, here's the catalog. Here's exactly what you asked for. It scans your catalog, it gives you suggestions, and it scans the full catalog. And then from there, I can say, what's missing? What would make this better? And we can get to the make it right section of that. But the make it work for catalog is it actually using the full catalog.
Okay. I'm thinking through what's the best interface, because we can't chuck a raw catalog in. The current solution I did was adding a tool. I added CSV uploads, but how I added CSV uploads is it appends the text, which just adds to the token count. I'm wondering if it's a button in the UI that allows people to select a file and then just adds it to the catalog, in which case, where does that button live? In upload catalog button? Or do we keep going down the LLM route? And is my current implementation of CSV attachments is it optimizable such that instead of just chucking it in as text directly inside of there, separating it in such a way that the first text calls the upload tool gets past the information, calls the API, but we never actually pass that CSV content to the LLM, so it doesn't exceed the context window. which strategy for catalog uploads is what the Recoup product wants. Is it a new UI button?
If you were to deliver this in 24 hours, what would you do?
I would throw a button in a place that is not going to look pretty that says upload catalog. You click the button, you select a catalog, and then you get a little toast in the bottom that says catalog added.
But why even a button? Why not just have the user put the CSV in their file storage?
It's another option. If that's where how do we know what the catalog file is? And if it's in their file storage, how does it get added to Supabase as differentiating between their other files and a catalog?
Yeah, good question. I'm not sure, but all I know is if we want to go back to what you mentioned, which I appreciate again, is separating the signal from noise. Right now, the outcome we're looking for is for the user to go in and say, I have scanned my catalog. It scans the full catalog and then gives them recommendations. If they ask the question, how many things are in my catalog, like it tells them. I guess that's not like an exact thing, but like.
But that already works. You've already done that, asking how many items.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I'm less concerned about like how the end user is going to upload their catalog right now, because we're doing things that don't scale. So the real value of the tool that we want to get out of it is LLM knows the full extent of the catalog, and the user can come in and say, I have X pitch, recommend me 10 songs, 50 songs, 100 songs. And then that's like the make it work. And then make it right is that it recommends them songs and doesn't hallucinate its reasoning. It doesn't say like, this is a horror beat, even though it has no way of knowing if it's a horror beat. Which is that process is then going to be all eval related, right? It's like understanding what it is. But those are the two. If we get to that point, we can go to that is a valuable tool that I will be excited to share, and was somebody literally asked for it.
Okay, I've heard three things. You need bulk upload of catalogs, you need full analyzing of all the songs in a catalog, and you need augmenting catalogs that are provided with sentiment analysis.
The augmenting catalogs provided with sentiment analysis, what does that define that?
They haven't told us if it's a horror beat. They haven't given us lyrics. That requires us doing some work to take the information that they've given us and add in sentiment analysis.
Yes, lyric or more metadata, enhancing the metadata of each row. Yes, but again, that might be a make it awesome part of this. You know, make it work is the full catalog, and it recommends Halloween songs.
I'm leaning towards the tool, keep the tool as is, update the UI of that tool so that when Sid or anybody tries to upload a catalog, it uploads the first 10. And in the response, instead of that tool icon just saying uploaded 10, it also has a button that says bulk. You click that button, you upload the full CSV. That way, if you've tried and it's only uploading a subset, you get a button right there. That allows me to not put the button in a random place in the human.
That's a great idea.
If you try it, Sid gets frustrated. I want to upload a bulk. Well, there's a button right there because you tried to upload a subset. Give us just the full file.
I like it.
That would be that one. For the analyzing of the full, that requires updating so I'm thinking it's updating the existing tools. The inserting, adding a button into that tool UI component that allows you to upload in bulk. On the reading, right now it only reads a maximum of 100. I'm thinking of updating that tool instead of just being selecting songs, changing it to be analyze full, and it's going to batch read 100 records against whatever prompt you input. So, and it'll be kind of a hierarchy of first take the entire catalog based on this prompt. Is this song, are out of these 100 songs, which ones are valid for the query? So then go through the entire catalog in batches of 100, select songs. Now you have a subset of those hundreds of thousands of songs. Now run the query against this and the pre-selected songs, and now do another round of filtering to actually accomplish the human query. So make it a little bit more hierarchical, but it will slow down the tool, because the tool right now is just getting a simple call to the database and returning that. It'll now be thinking a little bit deeper. So initially it will be a slower tool call, which might feed into your customer complaint of, I don't know if it's working. How we would overcome that is, if we want to continue to engineer it, throw back UI components while work is happening, so that, okay, I'm filtering these songs. I have pulled out these 1,000 songs. I'm working on identifying them and like throwing out little things with little affirmations that include data that is actually pulled. So feeding data back into the human experience. These are just on the bulk upload and analyzing the full catalog. This has not gotten into augmenting the metadata. Augmenting the metadata, I still need to know what is important information for us to be pulling.
The two most important informations that we can pull in order to populate metadata that's valuable is lyrics, if possible. There's APIs online. Some cost money, some don't. Or you can just literally Google web search and try use the Perplexity API. Lyric, and then the other thing is press around the song, because usually press contains, this song is great and I felt this way, and it gives you that metadata from a human perspective of, it's great when I listen to it at a party or this, and you can pull, so from the lyrics and from the human review of the song, you can then populate all other columns of like vibe, themes, et cetera, from those two things. I also think that now that you're talking about this full thing, is if you have if the catalog's metadata is enhanced on upload, searching will be much quicker, because you'll be able to filter based on theme and things when the user's using it, right? So like, it seems like it would be a make it awesome step, but it would also greatly improve the search ability. Because if somebody said Halloween and you already had the metadata in for songs that are Halloween lyric themes, or you have the word Halloween somewhere or spooky or whatever, then you could go search against those, and you could get rid of all of the noise of all the other searching through all the thousands of other songs. But again, like, I will let you think through which part is more important or more fun to build. Because I guess it remains is like, if you build, no, I'll stop there. I'll stop there and just like, those are the two things that will add value to the two places where you can get the most value from for the remaining columns for enhancement. A lot of the songs in the catalog don't have lyrics, so it almost becomes, and are also like too old to have reviews. So it's like filtering through that as well. Like, if has review and lyrics, then do this. If not, then just like you leave null. All right, I appreciate you staying late. I appreciate you helping me get aligned. That's why I love you, Sweets. That's why after 3 years, 4 years, where are we at now?
It's been a long time. Yeah.
Play long-term games with long-term people. I appreciate you bringing me back. All right, cool. Have a great weekend. Let me know if you have any questions or meet me.
Thank you all.